Hello there, everyone, and welcome to Chatting with Charles. And here with me today, I have my brother, Ed.
Hey everybody.
And Ed is one of the newest members of our guitar community, as he's just kind of getting into guitar now. And so we're gonna talk about that here in a little bit. But before we do, let's go ahead and see who's in the chat. So first in the chat this morning, we had Cushman NYC. Hello there. How
Hey
you doing?
Clifford.
And of course, Dennis Ellis, who's going to be in Lurkin. He's having some lunch with the kids, and so he's got some good family time coming up. And
That's
before too
cool.
long, we may get to see Dennis Ellis here on Chatting with Charles. So that'd be kind of fun.
That would be cool.
Yeah, Dennis Ellis is a character for sure.
Yeah.
And we got Sean Hockey, and he says, "How cool! Your brother on the show is freaking cool." And Sean Hockey has
Thank you,
this great
Sean.
piece to play guitar. It is like ultimate man cave with a bar, the whole thing. Plays
Oh,
in a band with his brother. It's really cool.
that's cool.
And we got Big Wave Dave saying hello to everybody. Hello there. We got our buddy Zach Thong in the chat here.
Is that
This guy here at L&M Guitar Corner. This is Martin. He's my buddy from Austria. And when Nellie and I were over in Germany, we used to vacation in Austria. So when we bumped into him on YouTube, and been a great friendship ever since then. So
oh yeah.
here.
You never got to meet him though in person in Austria, huh?
Not yet, not yet. We're hoping to make our way over there one day. And this guy here, he's Magic Man. His name's Brett. He's out in California.
Hey Brett, that's cool. Kind of
And
like Seth. Seth is out in
yeah,
California.
Seth is out in California as well, for sure. All right, let's see. And this is Ryan Hall, everyone's favorite music in law, Ed. Everyone's favorite music in law.
Yeah, I was hoping to see his name. I hope his mom's doing well.
She is. He's
Very
pretty much
well.
got her situated. He's out in Tennessee, like her grandparents used to be.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
We're
And
above
then,
Tennessee.
for sure. And this is Searching for Tone, former
Yeah.
firefighter who was on the channel not too long ago.
Yeah, I seen it. And I think I got one of his the site you gave me.
Okay. You checked out the channel.
Yeah, I checked out the channel a little bit.
Excellent. And here's Herb of Fireside Studios saying hello to everybody, and appreciate Herb because Herb, I contacted him yesterday to see if he could come on the show, and he gave me an answer. But by then I had already twisted my brother's arm to come on today. So, but I always appreciate Herb being a backup there for me. And we got Eddie Fay. Hello there, Eddie. How you doing?
Yes.
And we got our buddy Wayne McConnell.
Yeah, Wayne.
You'll see there are a lot of Canadians in my chat. Ed.
That's all. It don't matter if you're a Canadian or if you're from overseas. We're all
That's right.
brothers under the skin. It don't matter.
And
The
you
whole
just
world
got,
of brothers.
yeah, for sure. And we've got Dastardly Dave here saying sup ball. And we've got Ben Coombs here in the chat. Appreciate him being here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ben has got Guitar Man 45 on his show this evening. So make sure you go over there and check it out. Just some updates on his mission.
If I'm able to, because I got to work tonight. So
that's right. You do have to work tonight.
Yep.
And we got Keith H. Keith, you're here. Just so you know. And this is Hit Metalworks. He's out there in Western Canada, all the way on the West Coast, and he it's early morning for him to be on. So appreciate him being here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got Time Surfing Alien here with us saying howdy, cool kids. And Ed, I just love this guy. Don't you just love this picture here?
Oh yeah. Actually, think Mulder's in the middle there, dressed up in the costume.
Could be. Well, let's see. We've got Cushman NYC has made. We talked about him earlier, but I love that guy, so I'm going to put his name up there as much as I can.
Yeah, well, Cushman is the one that inspired me with the what you call it, the one I just got. I was telling you about.
Oh, the special, the Les Paul.
The Les Paul special, yeah.
Okay.
Why I
And
got,
we got. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
that's why I got the second one coming because I'm going to have you wrap that one a certain way.
All right. And we got Rico B coming in from sunny Arizona. So you know how like we do the time change here, Ed?
Yeah.
Rico B's in Arizona. They don't play that. They don't change the clocks for nothing.
I wish we had the same way. I'm tired of this changing the thing. I thought Biden was supposed to do something about that, but I guess he dropped the ball like normal.
And we got GTR 1952. Good morning, Gary. How you doing, buddy? We got Martian Murray's made his way in. Hello there. And we've got Arf saying Charles and bro. This is Arf. His name is not Arf. He lives in Ontario.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
It's a Lions fan, though.
Yeah, that is a line behind Snoopy, isn't it? How about that?
Yeah, he's a Lions fan. Sorry, I'm a Cowboy fan.
There you go. And we got Ryan OU812 in the chat. It says, hey, now on the road, headed back home. Hope to see everybody soon. And Ryan's got a great show on later today as well. So him and the guys just jamming out should be good.
Yeah, he was on that show when you and Charles Green unboxed the
right when we unboxed his Motley Crue guitar.
Motley Crue guitar, yep. But you did a fabulous job on that, Chuck. You outdid yourself.
Thank you. And hello there, Hobo Roadie. Thank you for making your way in. Appreciate you. You got Bonkers in the house as well. And that catches us up with the chat. So that means one thing, Ed. It's time for the question. So how do you get interested in guitar? What brings you in?
What brings me in is the sound of the guitar. First it was the acoustic, and then it's some of the ways the electric guitars make certain sounds.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it helps you feel. It's just like one of my favorite movies is Crossroads, like I was telling you, Ralph Macchio, where they had the trying to think what it is, blues and everything, but how he was able to bring a classical music and update it a little bit and win the title at the end. But he did such an awesome job and sounded so awesome on the guitar. It was amazing.
We got our buddy Randy Crooks here in the chat. He's put up the golf club for the winter, so he was able to make the show this morning. Appreciate you coming on in, Randy.
Yeah.
Randy's the guy we did that acid drop Telecaster for.
Yeah. That was cool. I seen some of your work when I was down there. That's what wanted me to get one done.
There you go. And yeah, and for those that don't know, Ed is the reason why I was able to move the workshop out of the office here and off the front porch and into the garage, because helped me clear that sucker out so we could get some room out there.
You want to tell them the whole story about that, or
no? We're not going to tell the whole story on that. No.
Oh, how you just had a refrigerator, we're moving the refrigerator out and everything, so we can make room for my Harley.
Yeah.
And then I said, heck, let's just clean it out. You tell me no, because I'm down here for vacation and everything. And the one thing is, I told you, I help everybody else up here. I don't get to help out you that often. So
yeah, so
that was something
we took a bunch of stuff. Yeah, we took a bunch of stuff to the dump and got it all cleared. Yes, so Ed has the kayak, Ben. Thank you.
Yes, I have the kayak, Ben. Yes, I do fishing, Ben, but I'd rather have a canoe, but the kayak will do if I get the chance to go out and do it. So
no, Eddie, we actually don't. My whole family is from Connecticut, and so Ed had come down on vacation to come, and him and his wife came down and visited the family down here, and so we're trying to show him a good time, and he's like, let's clean out your garage, and I'm like, you're on vacation.
To me, that is vacation. It ain't my garage. Yeah.
For sure. And we got Jimmy Biter with the what's up, everybody. Hello there, Jimmy. Jim, you'll probably see Jimmy later today on OU812's channel. Yeah. And we got Corey's Garden making his way in, saying good morning, Charles, in chat. Appreciate it. So, but Ed, but in talking about it, because as kids, we didn't really play guitar,
No.
Some of us played some other instruments, but so why now? I guess is why now?
Why now? Well, I got to see what you do when I was down there, and I got to see the raps you did. It just inspired me to get back into something I wanted to do. I've always wanted to play the guitar. It's just that like Cushman and some people say Cushman, and I remember I think it was Surfer and Tone. They were life got in the way where you wind up putting things off because you had to work. It's like I had the family. You remember when I was married to my first wife and everything. Those were the things that were mattered to me the most, is to take care of them and be there for them, but also had to work all the time. I was working at the paper mill worked at it for 25 years, and then I started my own landscaping business on the side. So I was doing 2 jobs at once at one time. So I didn't really have time to do it. Now I'm getting
you better
older.
watch yourself.
What?
Ed may be my favorite Nugent, just saying.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. Yeah. And Herb has said it. All the cool kids are here. We appreciate everyone being in.
Yeah.
So really, you're saying the trip down and helping clean out the garage and see the stuff I was working on is kind of what triggered all this.
Yeah, it made me want to do certain things I wanted to do for a long time. I just had to put everything off. I'm getting older up there, and it's like I want to try to do something. The whole thing is I have a problem with is getting my fingers on the guitar just right, pushing down the things, because my fingers are a little big. I don't compared to some people's, and it's not as easy for me. But I think it also could be with some of the carpal tunnel problems I'm having right now.
Well, and that's the other interesting thing is your hands have had a tough life because you've done a lot of work with your hands, everything from the time in the paper mill to all the landscaping, and you've got those thicker fingers and all, and so now you're kind of dealing with this carpal tunnel that you'll be having surgery on in the near future.
Hopefully, yes.
And so. It's gonna represent some challenges, but you take it slow, and I think you'll get there.
Yeah, it was just like the surgery I'm going for now. We going on the 8th for this the hiatal hernia. That's what, and I got to take a month off work. That's what's going to give me the time to maybe sit down and focus on some of the being able to play guitar instead of just sitting there watching TV all the time. Get my self to doing something else besides that, because I'm restricted to do certain things that I can't normally do.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is now that you've got if you make good use of that time, then you'll actually be able to pick up quite a bit in that time. And
which
but
would be nice if I had somebody that was close that knew how to play, be able to learn, because I remember when you showed me a couple chords, which I forgot. But the one thing is, you took the time and patience to show me these 2 chords. Then you go tell my wife, "Oh, you got a rock star in your house."
Hello there, Steve Brand. How you doing? Well, like I said, we've got it set up to where we can do the offline hangs and things of that nature, and so we can get together and I can show you a couple chords and show you some things I'm working on as well. Be kind of like the blind leading the blind, but we'll get there.
Well, yeah. Well, last night I didn't go to bed to 3. And
Hey there, GP
I was up all from the night before, from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday. After I worked, I came home and I was up all day and all night. but I was watching some of the older videos where you did some of your first raps and everything. Matter of fact, the very first rap you did, I
Mm-hmm.
watched last night.
You watched the Blue Junior?
Yeah, and I almost looked at that and I'm like, no, that almost looks like the Les Paul or
It is, yeah. The body shape is very similar to the Les Paul shape.
so
Uh,
I noticed a Gibson is almost the same body shape.
well, yeah. Well, the Gibson, the Gibson Les Paul is the thing, and so right is that's the so Gibson's the brand. The Les Paul is the kind of like the models, right?
Yeah,
And so within, and Gibson is the higher brand, and so when you look at all these Epiphone Les Pauls, right,
yeah,
more uh that's their overseas brand, right? The ones they make in, you know, for before in Korea, now in China,
China and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
So the Gibsons are the ones that are made in USA.
that one. I think that's the one I won last night. It's a Gibson, and part of it says the USA, and then I think they have a little tag on it that says made in China. So
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, kind of like parent company, other
yeah,
company.
well, it's a bit.
Long time ago, interesting thing about this, Ed, is long time ago, Epiphone was a competitor of Gibson. Long time ago, right?
Yeah,
And Ben is reminding me, don't worry, Ed. Charles takes online lessons for me every couple months. It's true, and I'm due for one. So
you never know. I might come to you, Ben. But I just really want to learn. It's just not going to be as easy as I hoped it would be.
oh yeah, and folks are noticing your banjo there.
Oh yeah, I got that through what a thing called TEMU.
T-Mule. Yeah.
TEMU, and it's, believe it or not, it's real nice. But I also like the movie Deliverance when they were playing that little solo in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I got the banjo because I kind of like it what it sounds too. So I figured if I learn how to play guitar, I can be able to play the banjo a little
Steve, that's hilarious. Definition of a gentleman: someone who can play a banjo but doesn't.
bit. It's
Oh,
like you said you went and taught yourself violin.
well, yeah. Well, I did take lessons when Philip was learning violin in school. He asked me, "Dad, would you take lessons with me?" So I was like, okay. We picked up another violin. We took lessons together. So he would have his lesson, then I would have my lesson, and then I played in the school orchestra with him. You know, for the
Yeah.
concert. Yeah.
Well, you already know I got a violin on top of it.
Yep.
Our guitars.
Yeah, folks, it doesn't do anything halfway. He's gone full hog here. He's got several guitars behind him. There's a banjo. There's a bass. There is a violin. It's out of control. So he's discovering gas firsthand. And despite my best counseling, I'm worried. I'm worried here. But Ben has made the offer. He says, "Would love to show Ed some stuff anytime, my friend."
Yeah, I'll take that up when I get a chance, especially when I'm off this coming month after the surgery, probably. Ben, I'd appreciate it.
And Gary points out enjoying it is the most important part about picking up guitar or any other instrument, right? Just enjoy it. As long as you're enjoying it, that's all that really matters.
Yeah, well, it's like when we were little, we had people play around when we were in the park that
Mm-hmm.
played the acoustic guitars. But when Mom got us the student guitars, it didn't sound right to me. Some reason I have an ear for certain sounds, so when it didn't sound right, it just lost my interest at the time
Uh-huh.
until I got in high school, and then I did 6 months of guitar lessons there. But then, I got in the track and everything. I forgot how to play.
Yeah, there was, when we went through school, you got into middle school, and there was this like 8-week period in school where you went through guitar class, right? And they had
Yeah.
You had a class of like 20 people, and there were like 6 guitars, and you passed.
Yeah, yep. Mine was more like 10 people, and you had 4, maybe 5 guitars. And
Mhm.
then they turn around and have it where you guys would go into certain classes at certain times, so everybody got a chance to use it.
Yeah. And, Terry's saying, "Hey, it's a good thing you're doing it now because you've got all these videos and YouTube and everything else." It was a little bit tougher for him when he started playing back in 2010. Wasn't as much stuff out there.
Well, yeah, well, when we were younger, we didn't have anything really like that out there back in the 80s.
Yeah. Morning, Hip. How you doing? You doing all right? And let's see. Christopher Live Sawas made his way in.
Hey, Chris.
All right. So you're getting ready to have this surgery, and so you figured, I'm going to have all this recuperation time where I'm not going to be able to work, and this is like the ideal time for you to kind of pick this up.
Yeah. I gotta flip these around. They're kind of picking up some of the vibration from our conversation.
Oh yeah,
They're all straight.
it will do that. It will do that. It's part of everything, and but you've selected an online lesson system to kind of get you started.
Yeah, it's called Backstage Breakthrough or something like that.
Backstage Breakthrough, okay. And I just started using guitartricks.com. I had been using Fender Play before, and didn't feel like that was really kind of getting me there. And so I'm starting to work with that. And so it'd be interesting to kind of go through this together and to see what you think about the one that you're using, and and kind of show each other the different things that we're doing in it. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, because this one says what it's telling me how. Let me point it out this way: how you see the professionals, they don't know all the tunes and everything, but they are able to go from one part of the guitar down to the other real easy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of the reasons why I turn around and did it. Let me just screen here a little bit.
There you go. Yeah, you could lift that up if you want to show it off some.
Yeah, so I go from here to here
Uh-huh.
in a different tune because that's what it says. It helps you do is by able to move down the chord easier, like the professionals.
Okay. So how excited about this whole process are you?
Well, I'm very excited because you notice I've been, like you said, I've gotten carried away. I got 4 amps coming that I got for cheap
Oh my.
just to try them out. And I'll be honest with you, Chuck. Like I said, I am stopped after the last guitar last night. I stopped because I'm getting too carried away, and I
You think well,
gotta find the right one.
this is the part where I rat you out to the chat, because we've had this conversation before, and I've told them, says, look, you don't need all the stuff that you're trying to get right now. I will help you find the stuff that you really need, and at least talk to me so you know what you're getting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but gas has gotten a hold of him, and he's made some purchases. So we're like, okay, well, we're gonna pick it up from there. But Ed's promised no more stuff until he starts getting some things under his belt and make some progress. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Well,
So,
the one thing is, I tried getting certain brands that you guys have mentioned
mhm.
on there. Like I got the Les Paul, which Cushman really got me into
Uh-huh.
by the way it sounded. And then, if I remember right, you have a Gibson that you
I
prefer.
don't have any Gibsons. I have Epiphone Les Pauls and
So
Junior.
Les Paul, but
I've one Epiphone Les Paul. I've got there are 2 juniors in the house right now.
but I've heard Gibson, so I turned before.
Yeah.
So I got that, and then I got a bunch of the Stratocasters.
Mm-hmm.
The bass I just wound up getting because that was too friggin' beautiful to leave. I just And I figured if I can learn how to do the bass as well, I can have a second way, another thing to learn.
Yeah,
But I have some friends that,
you didn't overdo it at all. You know, guitars, bass, banjo, violin.
well, the
No,
one thing is,
you didn't overdo it. No.
I wind up getting one bass, okay, and one violin, Chuck. Just one bass, one violin, and one banjo, okay. They go crazy on those.
All right. Well, Eddie Faye says if you're learning classic rock songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Privet Tricker YouTube also has a channel. Who also has a channel, and James on YouTube, where he jumps right into showing you how to play them. Right. So you can check that out.
Yeah, 'cause I got to learn the chords first. The chords with the fingers first is my main thing, and just be able to get them right.
And Terry 3G suggests use it can. It has free and paid free and paid elements to it. They do guitar, bass, and a few other things. Hello there, Dan Gorman. How you doing, buddy?
Thank you, everybody, for your suggestions too.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. And Herb says it's nice to meet you, Ed. We're also sorry you have to go through life with Charles as your brother.
Oh God. You wouldn't know how much trouble he got me in when I was little and he'd get away with.
Yeah, well,
But my brothers think the one thing
somebody had to be in trouble, and it didn't have to be me.
Yeah, right. You just love doing it. But the one thing is what I got known is for, if there's something you don't want to learn not to do, pay attention to Ed.
Yep, for sure. And Ben also says Ed should know that he has a lot of expert friends in this community, and that we're always happy to help.
I appreciate that, Ben. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope I can keep the dedication up to doing it, because sometimes I get frustrated with some things and I wind up backing out, and then I come back to it later, which I've done.
And you're the one thing you're going to learn as being in this community is once you start getting into it, people do gas is something called gear acquisition syndrome, right? It's where you always want to be, you always want to be getting something new. And so Marshall here, when he says he's gassing for a player 2 jazz master, there's a guitar he really wants. And
believe it or not, who was that one that just said gas master?
the jazz master, yeah, that's Martian Murray.
Martian Murray. Well, I hate to tell you, I'll tell you one thing, Martian. The bass I just got is actually a 5-string Stratocaster, and it's a jazz bass.
Yeah, it's a jazz bass. It's not a Stratocaster, though.
Yeah, but it's still here's a bass.
5-string, jazz bass. Yeah.
But here's the jazz master for him. Just tell the dream about that one. It's awesome.
Yeah. And Michael Krause, hello there, my friend. He says, see, after the last guitar I bought, I just want another. He's got the
Yeah, well, what I didn't tell Chuck is I got one that's an acoustic, and it looks like electric coming out. I got too.
Nice.
I don't know if the little tab up top is supposed to be for a plug-in or if it's battery. But it's a certain classic, Aaron Classic or something like that.
Yeah, if there's a little tab on the top, it's usually a place where a 9-volt battery goes to run the electronics on the acoustic.
I thought that was pretty cool. Either way, it sounds like it's where it had all the things from Aaron itself, like booklets included with it. So I guess it's somebody that's famous in that kind of community. In their community. So
nice. Very nice. And Gary says he bought his first guitar, Ed, in 1968.
Well, I wasn't born to 67, so I'm a little late, Gary. Carly was born in 69, so we're way behind. behind the groove.
Herb just wants to let you know Ed Kramer is where it's all at. So Kramer Guitars is Herb's guitar of choice for sure.
Well, like I said, I'm gonna calm down on what I'm buying right now, and I'm gonna have certain ones that I can go back and forth to see what feels right to me. That's why I tried when I got the Les Paul, and I told my brother this feels a little bit easier, and because it's a little bit lower for
Mm-hmm.
me, it feels a little more snug. The only problem is it slides off my pants a little bit more.
Yeah, well, you can get a strap that'll help you hold that on better,
I
and
I got a couple straps, believe it or not. I bought a couple
I'm
straps.
sure you do. You've just been buying everything up, so. But yeah, put the strap on. It'll certainly you tighten it up. It'll help keep it where you want to.
I
But
also
yeah,
got
so that was
these.
one of the things we were talking about earlier, though, right? Because you're
Yeah,
saying that the Les Paul shape is more comfortable for you than the strap right now.
yeah. It's between the strat, where the strat's a little bit higher
Uh
up
huh.
here. It's a little into me. That's because my stomach is big, not as
Uh-huh.
I'm a little bigger than yours. Where the Les Paul is
The
more,
fellow wasn't going to say nothing, but yeah.
where the curve is a little bit more friendly
Hmm.
in there. But I like them both. They both
But
feel.
you were saying too that the neck was more comfortable on the Les Paul for you.
Yeah, for some reason it feels a little bit more comfortable. The Strat doesn't feel that as bad, but this I can get my fingers. If you can see, I get my fingers around it a little better.
Yeah. Well, and
And
just
that's
the thing there is that on the Les Pauls they have a bigger um so like on the Fender it's like a 9.5 inch radius, and so that Les Paul is more like a 10 or
yeah,
12, and so it may be easier with your thicker fingers to get around.
yeah. I for me, I gotta kind of tilt it back and look, see where my fingers go,
Mhm.
till I can get
Hello there, Patrick Trites.
till I get like you, where I watch you play, and you don't have to look; you just know how to touch them
Well,
just right.
it's after after a while, and and I'm not as far along in where my playing as I probably should be too. But that's the nice thing about learning to play guitar. When you start looking at all these resources, you can get to the point where you can get to that point pretty quickly, right? And it's learning how to really put it all together that makes it becomes tough.
Well, it's like with standard pick like you use. Um, I'm gonna be trying another kind of pick, and that's the one that's a curve. It comes off the finger. It's curved. It has a point,
Oh, like a thumb pick.
like a thumb pick. See, that might be a little easier for me to use than a standard pick.
Hmm. I'd try it both ways and see what happens. See what you
That's
think.
what. Well, that's what I'm gonna try to do. But it just makes it a little easier, so I don't have to hold on to it as much and everything. Because that's where sometimes my hands will get cramped because holding something too small sometimes too
Yeah.
long.
And so there are a couple more suggestions for you in the chat. Time Serving Alien recommends Marty Music, which is he's a guy that does lessons on YouTube and will show you how to play songs that you want to learn to play. And it's pretty simple, really easy to follow. Um, and Michael Kraus he always recommends Justin Guitar, which is another one that I've watched on YouTube and learned to play some songs from. So so a couple more things for you to think about.
Yeah, well, I'll have you send me a couple of those links so I can go back and forth to them, try them out here and there as I'm going through this process,
Yeah,
so I can find one that's easier for me to learn.
yeah, and for sure. And as you hear people saying it, when you go into YouTube, you can just type those names into the search and they'll come up.
Yeah, well,
Those are
I don't have.
those are pretty
Well,
big channels, so they'll come up nice and easy.
either way, you'd have to send me a list either way for what to look for. It's like just like I don't know if you gave me Ben Coon's thing, but I'm gonna probably want to get Ben Coon's as well.
Yeah,
playing.
I'll send you. I have a whole list of folks in the community that I've got their YouTube channels for, and so I'll just send it to the whole thing to you.
Yeah, because what I'll do is I'm going to turn around on the top of the screen how I hit the star for the link to put it. That way I can go to the link anytime.
You can go right. Yeah, you can go follow the link and go right there.
So I look and get yours.
And another good tip from Time Surfing Alien: just make sure you pick up your guitar at least once a day.
Well, I'll be doing that, especially for a month.
And then Mitch Heyman has made his way in. Hello there. He says hello, Charles and Ed. Appreciate that.
It's like I told you last night. I was playing, messing around with the guitars a little, and I checked that Les Paul out to see if the pickups worked, and they did. So it's like it said. I was surprised because it says repair or parts, and that's why I took a chance on it, and I was surprised how good condition it is.
Yeah, it looks real nice, and a lot of times they'll just put that on there on that particular site. And Zach Thong says, yeah, Charles, I'm not really a big gear buyer these days. I buy something every now and then, and I'm just about playing music these days. Ed Zach has some really nice acoustic guitars, and he could play real well. Sometimes we get on we have the Water Buffalo meetings, and he'll be playing in the background, and he's got some nice guitars. And so he's that place where a lot of us would like to be, just be happy with what we have and just concentrate on the playing. That's what Zach is.
That's what I really started me, is by to hear the sound of the acoustic. I like the sound of the old acoustic sometimes too. You listen to certain songs like Bon Jovi or certain ones that they play on the radio once in a while, they play it in acoustic, and it sounds just as good as it does with electric. Just electric makes it sound a little bit better.
Yeah, it's with the electrics, you can certainly make a lot more noise with them. But sometimes just the sound and the tone of an acoustic is really refreshing.
Yeah, and the one thing is you get to hear more of the verses of the song better.
All right, Terry.
Underneath the desk,
Terry.
We're meant to. You took that down. I was just reading it too.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'll put that back up for you.
Meant to installment storage like your brother Charles. Let me tell you one thing. If you took a look at my room here, my den, I got things that are stored, but then I got things my wife stored in here because we got such a small place. So my wife's actually taken over my closet here. Is all full of her clothes. I really don't have, the only place I have that's mine, it really is my garage. Not even my basement where I have the man cave. Is now there's all storage for hers and other people's stuff right now there.
That does tend to happen.
On top of my slated pool table.
Well, our buddy Josh Tanberg, he's getting ready to move over to Germany, and he says the only gas I have right now is needing to justify another amp to replace my Blues Junior I couldn't bring with me to Germany. So, that's too bad.
That's a shame.
Want to welcome in Earl Colai. Good morning, all. I'm sorry I'm late. Not at all. Appreciate you being here.
You showed up, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters at all, buddy.
And Time Surfing Alien says he could use a better amp. A PV Rage 158 is his only one right now. Yeah, you can see that.
Oh, Goodwill's got a good one.
Okay, so Hip is starting some stuff here. Hip says you need an Explorer, Ed. Everyone needs one.
Oh. Have my brother add it to the list, but I'm not getting it right now. I'm getting yelled at him now. My wife's getting pissed at me because I'm charging things, and we're going to be going through a tough time.
Yeah, you need to cool that out there.
Yeah, well, that's what happens with me. I get stressed out, and I gotta. venting. It's something way to keep me going. So
Yeah. Let's see. And Earl says the belly cut on a strap makes it the portly man's guitar of choice. Very true for a lot of us.
well, I used to not be this big until I quit drinking. So
Mm-hmm.
believe it or not, it's true.
Yeah, well, for a lot of people, they stop drinking, they get thinner. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, it worked opposite on me, Chuck.
I think you filled the void with food. That's what was going on.
Don't forget, you were thin. You were the thinnest one of us all.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
were
that
able
I
to
used to.
scrape your pinky on the ground and break it.
For sure. For sure. Our buddy William De Silva has made his way in saying, "What's up, everybody?" Or "What's up, fellas?" Excuse me.
As Herb would say, a direction.
And our buddy Michael B is listening and lurking, and he hopes everybody has a great day. So Michael B is busy in the house, busy doing stuff, but he's listening to us as he goes about his business. So appreciate
Yeah,
that.
everybody's got. As long as you can turn around, listen to what you want to listen to while you're doing something, makes you more comfortable, and you're able to do things and enjoy yourself more.
And Michael Krause recommends trying one of those picks that have the thumb pick attachment. There's a brand called Blue Mountain Picks, Ed, and this is what they look like. So it's a regular pick, regular guitar pick, and it's got this little thumb attachment on, so you don't have to worry about holding on to it.
Yeah, well, that's something similar to what I got, I think.
Yeah, and they have them in different thicknesses.
See if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it.
And Michael Bailey says Mike Bradley is great for lessons as well. And Gary is saying, hey, I use a pick less and less these days.
I think this is the one. Yeah, I got some. These are metal ones, but this is like a finger pick.
Yeah, that does more for banjo. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know I got the other ones.
And Martin would like to suggest Rusty's guitar once you're more comfortable with your first few chords.
See, this is the one I was.
Rusty's is one that
that's
Martin
one I got
quite a bit. Yeah.
Except I think just more fits around one of my fingers. As you can see, my fingers are fat.
That's all right.
It's just like I got the things that like Ralph Macchio used
to. All right, Martin, enjoy dinner, buddy.
You have the finger and you go down the corner.
Oh, yeah, you got the slide, huh? You just did it all.
Yep.
I'm without words.
you're
Earl was saying, Charles, you may want to add Leon Todd's channel to your list as well. All right, we'll have to look at that.
See, this is just one of the straps I got, Chuck.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Ed, Sean's telling you, go ahead, treat guitar like porn. If you're not in the mood, put it on the video, and it depends on which wood you put in your hands. Oh my, Sean, I don't know what to do with that.
Oh, geez. Well, let's just put it this way. I was never into porn, but I sure the heck were into girls.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck will verify that.
Yep. And Zach Thong is saying Guitar Sage is another good lesson channel for sure. Eddie says, yeah, call me crazy, but I enjoy being mesmerized and dazzled by women guitar players who are not only amazing guitar players, half our age, and gorgeous.
Yeah, this is just another strap.
Very nice. And Michael Krause says he thinks his new rule should be if I get the urge to look for gear, I have to go learn a song. That would work.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing for me is learn the song first, then you go get gear.
That's for sure. And Mitch is trying to reduce his guitar count to only 4 or 5. He doesn't need all 13 guitars anymore.
Well, I'm just starting out. And I gotta
So,
calm down.
Ed, is there a particular song that you would really like to learn?
Well, there's two of them. Actually, one's Wanted Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi, and the other one is by Toby Keith, which also sounds like a rock song, is the Red, White, and Blue.
Red, White, and Blue.
And that was dedicated to all the guys in the service and everything,
Mm-hmm.
especially after 9/11.
Yeah.
And I think that came out. That's where I got my biker logo off of. The very first thing would pop up was a puppy and American flag.
Yep, for sure.
Which
All right,
you,
those are two songs that you're looking to play, and for those that don't know, we're working on a guitar for Ed right now, fabric topping it. It is a Telecaster shaped object, and it has got this gorgeous fabric of eagles flying through the mountains on it, and we're going to put some red, white, and blue binding on it. Ben Coombs tends to refer to this as the freedom binding.
yeah, well, that's what it is.
Michael Krause says someone needs to join EA Explorers Anonymous. This is true, Ryan Hall. I do have an Explorer shaped object, and it hasn't shown up recently just because I haven't had. It's not a project I've gotten to yet.
Yeah, he's got enough projects as it is.
But eventually we'll get there. I want to welcome in Steve Rezer. How you doing, my friend? And Unfucking Believable made it in. Hello there, my friend. He's another guy.
Yes, I was waiting for him to show up.
He's another guy out there just blatantly refusing to obey time zones.
No, but I always enjoy when he shows up on your channels.
Yeah,
as well.
He's a great guy to hang out with.
I love the guitar you did for his friend.
Yeah,
that's why one of the guitars I'm going to have you do is with that same biker fabric. Because
that's a different guy. That was a guy from one I did for a guy from work, and yeah, that biker fabric, the one I showed you that you had first choice at, and you, Nelly, and your wife all said, "Oh, it's too dark," and then you saw
my wife don't like the skeletons. I don't mind it, but I was seeing more like the eagle. Because I love the way the eagle flies in the clouds.
Yeah. And Ryan Hall, I'm so sorry. Ryan Hall just wanted to remind you that, hey, those metal guitar picks, you really only want to use those on your banjo. You don't really want to use them on your guitar. It's not.
Oh, I won't use them on. Yeah, I'm not going to use those on the guitar. Okay. They gave me plastic ones too that you can use. But I really wanted ones that I could just put it on my finger, that like more like this one where I could put it on the finger or something like that and strum it a little easier.
Mm-hmm. I think I interrupted something that you were saying though.
I don't remember right off.
I don't remember either. Like, and Unfucking Believable says he needs 30 more guitars.
Hang around me, you got to help you buy him.
I suppose that Randy wants to learn to play Freebird, or either that or he's making a request. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Freebird's a good song, but it ain't one of my favorites.
Yeah. Sounds like Josh is there with you on the Toby Keith song.
Well, I appreciate that one. There's another one too I'd like to learn. It's called Like a Rock.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Well, Search for Tone says he used to be able to play Red, White, and Blue pretty good. Good strumming song. So we'll have to see if we can't find a lesson out there for you.
Oh yeah. Because Like a Rock from Bob Seger, that's a nice slow melody, and it had a nice guitar in the background.
And Randy says he's happy to make the show today, but he's going to end up having to go out and get some humidity packs for his acoustics. Getting a little dry where he is. And Ben says he can teach Ed that Bon Jovi song.
Well, that'd be cool.
So there you go.
Yeah,
That is one of the great things about this community, Ed, is that someone is always there willing to help, you know.
Well, that song was so good in the Harley Davidson and Marlboro Man movie.
Mm-hmm. And Michael B says it's amazing to meet Ed. He's got to run and set up a new band room at a friend's. There you go. Sounds like a good time. Have a good one.
That's cool.
And Ian's Guitar Shack has made his way in. He was on not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
Need to have him on again sometime. And he's got a great channel, so make sure you check him out as well. Morning, Jeff K. How are you?
Seems like he's been rocking all night long by that picture.
Yep. Yeah, I love that picture. Yeah, that's a cool avatar. Yeah, that so Ed, Unbelievable is the one that I did the sister guitar for this with all the women on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's the one I did the twin for that one.
Yeah. That one's beautiful, yeah. I just think he should have went with more with the blonde, to be honest with you.
Well, you like what you like, and he likes what he likes, and I like what I like, and that's how that works on a custom guitar.
Hey, I like brunettes too. I mainly go for brunettes. Blondes are just a little ditzy. That's why my wife dyes her hair that way. Yeah, and she's a brunette.
And Corey's Garden says 8 is the perfect number for electric guitars. 1 bass is all you need. As for acoustics, I have yet to figure out the algebra on that one. And Michael Krause says Dead Flowers, Rolling Stones is a great first song to learn, right? So
the one thing I noticed about acoustics, you could tell which ones, if you listen to the sound, you could tell which ones are the real good ones and which ones are the ones that ain't that great.
You can just by strumming one, you can really get a sense of its tone and how deep and whether it has the sound that you want, you know.
You saw that one that when you were up here the one time that Herb's girlfriend gave me, and that sounds okay, but it didn't sound exactly right.
Yeah, how does it compare to the Yamaha we got you?
The Yamaha sounds a lot better.
Yeah,
and that's what I was going to ask you. Is that a good brand for electric guitar? Yamaha's?
Yamaha's a good brand in general. You'll be getting something that's solid and will do what you want it to do. But for electrics, there are better ways to go. But you're not going to get a bad Yamaha.
No, I ain't thinking of getting one right now. But I was just wondering because I've seen a couple Yamahas on there.
Yeah. All right, Gary, you enjoy the football game. He's gonna go watch some football.
Oh, it's a Buffalo side. You should be watching Dallas.
Got it, Josh.
He's a good old country boy. Yeah, I like some of the old countries too.
See, Ryan Hall had a band back in the day, Ed, and back in '88 they were going to open for Bon Jovi, but then the band broke up.
That sucks.
Yeah,
that sucks. I knew a friend that was in high school that was in a band. He was pretty cool. He actually could have been one of the Bon Jovi crews.
Ben says he needs at least 20 guitars. And Jimmy Bider comes in with, he says, well, I think that would be 50 or 60 would be the right number.
Yeah.
We have issues here, Ed, is the point.
Well, the one thing is my wife wouldn't go for that. I'm getting hell as it is.
Oh, for sure. And Ian saying he's never played a bad Yamaha. Sure. Okay, so here you go, Ed. Courtesy of Red, White, and Blue, D, A7, B minor, F sharp, and G. Those are your chords.
Yeah, well, I gotta learn the chords first. Unfucking believable. Believe that.
But you get there. You get a start. If you want to look up, right?
Yeah. Well, like I said, that's why I might just on one of the guitars put those letters up top on one of them that I was showing you.
Uh-huh.
I know the chords, at least one of them.
Here you go.
I just have to choose which one. But I know it's not going to be on any of the ones I have you do fabric topping for me.
Yeah. Hope not.
Well,
all right. So
these
Michael
guys don't know
says,
I got two more guitars for
looking,
you fabric top, and then I'm giving you two for help you make some money off it for helping me out.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Michael Krause says the Yamaha Rev Stars are great electric guitars. Ben says he likes Yamaha acoustics, but he's not a big fan of their electrics.
Well, he got me acoustic, Ben, so I'm looking forward to playing that one too.
Yeah.
I just some reason I just love the old acoustic sound sometimes a little more.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's easy. You pick that up. You don't have to hook it up to anything. You don't have to turn anything on. You've got automatic sound ringing out just by playing it. So,
because I know a couple of guitar players that we know from our past that had some good songs, and one of them was can't remember. He died in a plane crash. John Denver had some real nice songs.
Yeah,
from the 70s.
Mm-hmm. And Time Surfing Alien says Chord Bible is very helpful. He has all the chords you need in it and shows you how to finger them and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I'll probably have my brother try to get me that and send it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Here, try to talk my brother into something.
And Ben and I, we talked about those Yamaha acoustics before. We ended up grabbing that one for you for sure.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I can't believe it. We have pretty much gone through the whole hour. Ed, I want to appreciate you coming on. We'll have to do it again sometime and see.
Yeah.
Once you've made some progress and see how you're feeling about being on this journey now.
Oh, right now I just love having the guitars around. I try to strum on them a little bit. Just like I told you last night, I was doing a couple of things with them. Where one of the bass, I just tried to tune it up a little bit more.
Uh-huh.
Make it sound right, and the string just snapped. I think that's all been worn out. But I just love trying to play.
Well, we'll get together this week and I'll teach you how to tune those things right. And then it could, could be over tighten that string. It could just be it was ready to go.
I think it was just about ready to go because I was going slow, so I didn't get it too tight. I was just trying to get what it would sound kind of decent.
All right. Well, folks, make sure that you go ahead. Music Therapy Lab should be on coming after us. I haven't looked to see if he's got a show yet, but if he's got one up, go on over there and enjoy that. The OU812 crew will be on later today around 4:00 my time. I think 5:00 Eastern.
I want to thank Cushman for inspiring me with the Les Paul, though.
Here you go. Appreciate that. Yep, for sure. And Ben Coombs has Guitar Man 45 on tonight, so make sure you catch that. We get an update on his mission from God and see how that's all going. So everyone have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the shows. Ed, you stay here. We're going to play some music and let these guys out, and then we'll talk a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one,
Everybody
guys.
have a good days and enjoy yourself on your journey.
Here you go.